Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence, and this video is going to be a somewhat advanced video. We're talking some strategy for Google Ads smart bidding, and in this video I'm going to talk about the difference between the maximize clicks bid strategy and maximize conversions. Those are both smart bidding strategies that you'll use, once you move on from just doing manual bidding. So let's first look at the maximize clicks bid strategy, and we'll go ahead and look at the Google Ads help document. And as you would expect, this bid strategy called maximize clicks is an automated bid strategy that sets your bids to help get as many clicks as possible within your budget. So this type of bid strategy is great for new campaigns. I use it a lot myself because if I have a $50 budget and I'm not quite sure where the bids are at for this new campaign or keywords that I'm targeting, you can just set your budget and then set the campaign to maximize clicks. It's going to automatically raise your bids in order to maximize your clicks within that budget. So it's great for kind of learning where the bids are at within a new campaign. So one of the main benefits of the maximize clicks bid strategy is that you can set a maximum CPC or cost per click. And that's a main difference between this maximize clicks bid strategy and maximize conversions, where you cannot set a maximum cost per click. And we'll talk about that. But if you are using like a manual CPC and you want to start using maximize clicks, I'll show you real quick how you would do that. So if I go into one of my Google Ads campaigns, here's one that's actually using manual CPC. I'm actually in the campaign settings. I'm going to click on change bid strategy under bidding, and in the drop down I'm going to select maximize clicks, and you'll see this checkbox that allows you to set a maximum cost per click limit. This budget is $25 per day in this campaign, $25. So let's just say, for example, I set a bid limit of $1.52. I'd click save, and then Google Ads is going to begin setting the bids automatically to maximize the clicks within this campaign. So to get as many clicks as possible for my $25 per day budget. So the maximize clicks bid strategy is also good if you're not tracking conversions. So conversions are any positive action that happens as a result of advertising, like phone calls from your website or from the ads, form submissions or sales on your website. These are all things you want to track. You can check out my other video on Google Ads conversions, where I kind of go over all the different types of conversions if you're not using conversion tracking yet. So again, maximize clicks is a good strategy if you're not tracking conversions, because then you could just focus on clicks and maximizing clicks for your budget. So one of the downsides of maximize clicks is that it can be a little dangerous if your keywords are not very targeted. And let me show you what I mean in this campaign we were just looking at. So this is a campaign I'm running. It has to do with flexible hourly offices. So let's just look in one of these ad groups. For example, this one's called hourly office, and I'm going to look at the keywords. My keywords are all pretty targeted because I have modified broad match with the plus in front, which means it has to have that word in the keyword. I also have phrase match and exact match. So the keywords are pretty targeted. This is not getting a ton of volume in this particular ad group. But let's say, for example, I had a keyword in here and it was broad match and not modified at all, and it was just office space, or even like one word like office, for example. That would be very broad, and Google's gonna target that in a lot of different ways, and it could end up getting a lot of clicks. So if I had a broad keyword like that in a campaign that's using maximize clicks, Google's going to see that. Google Ads, the machine learning is going to see that. It can get a lot of clicks on that particular keyword, and it's going to drive a lot of volume there. It might get cheap clicks. It might get a lot of irrelevant clicks, because the main goal of this strategy is to just maximize clicks for your budget. It doesn't care if they're relevant, doesn't care if they're converting. It's just going to maximize clicks, because that's what the strategy does. So you got to make sure that the clicks you're getting in this particular campaign are targeted, that the keywords are very targeted, and you're not getting a bunch of rogue keyword searches that aren't targeted enough to produce results in this campaign. The same thing could happen if you're targeting a lot of different regions, or let's say you're targeting the entire country, the United States. The campaign's just going to try to maximize clicks, so it's going to pull clicks from the cheapest possible geographical region. So that might not be the type of click that's going to produce the best results from you. Maybe it's going to get a lot of clicks from the middle of the country because they're cheaper rather than like on the West Coast and the East Coast. So you're going to get a lot of cheap clicks, but you might not get results. So keep in mind that the goal of this is just to maximize clicks. So all your other targeting needs to be in line in order for this strategy to really work well. So your goal should always be to probably move beyond the maximize clicks bid strategy because of its limitations. And really you want to ultimately be tracking conversions so that you can do some smarter bidding and use the smart bidding options. So let's talk about maximize conversions really quick. It's great if you are tracking conversions. And again, go ahead and watch my other video on conversions if you're not yet tracking conversions. So if we look at the Google Ads help doc for maximize conversions, it's always good to read these to figure out how they're working. So maximize conversions automatically sets bids to help get the most conversions for your campaign while spending your budget. So that's an important line in here, or phrase, while spending the budget. One of the goals of the maximize conversions campaign is to spend your budget. And you'll notice that they're gonna spend your budget most days, even if that means spending a lot of money per click. So it says it uses advanced machine learning to automatically optimize bids and offers auction time bidding capabilities to tailor your bids for each and every auction. So the maximize conversions bid strategy is going to use a lot of different factors and machine learning to bid on searches, or bid maybe higher on searches that are more likely to convert. And it's going to use things like the device, whether it's a mobile, smartphone, tablet, desktop. It's going to look at the geographical area that the search is coming from and whether or not it's more likely to convert. It's going to use all these different factors to try to maximize the conversions while spending your budget each and every day. So you can see how that can be really powerful. Obviously your goal is conversions, and if you're tracking conversions, moving on to these smarter bid strategies that use conversions should ultimately produce the best results for you. So one of the downsides of the maximize conversions bid strategy, and one of the main reasons that I tend to not use it, or I haven't used it in the past, is it can allow your CPCs, or cost per click, to get a little bit out of control or just way high. Like I even had a client the other day who was spending $70 to $90 per click using this bid strategy when he had, maybe a $300 per day budget. His bids were already high, like $15, $20. So it's just a competitive industry, and he's getting a high conversion rate. So the machine learning and the way the algorithm works, it was willing to bid $90 on a single click if it thought it was going to convert. But if it doesn't convert and you bid $90 on a few clicks, that's going to drain your budget really quick. And that's one of the main reasons that people don't use maximize conversions, or maybe stop using it after several days, because they see their cost per click going way up. So I've experienced this myself in my own campaigns and with other client campaigns, and it has been a reason that I've turned it off in the past. In past years, I've been trying it recently, and it seems to be working better so that it's not overspending in driving up the CPC. So I've been using it more. It's almost October 2019. So I'm always trying or retrying these bid strategies, even if they're not working well in the past. So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that these automated bid strategies rely on machine learning. So you got to be tracking conversions because that's what they're measuring. And you need to let them run for a while. So these bid strategies will actually show that they're in a learning phase, and usually you want to let them run for a few weeks at least, and probably 30 days to really evaluate if they're working better versus another bidding strategy. So I'll just show you real quick what it looks like on the screen. If we were to go into campaign settings for the same campaign and go to bidding, it's currently set to manual cost per click. So I'm going to click change bid strategy, and in the drop down I'm going to select maximize conversions, and it is prompting me to reduce the budget, but you'll notice there's no other settings in this case. All you can really do is set it to maximize conversions, set your daily budget, and it's going to try to spend that budget while maximizing the number of conversions you're getting. So there is a way to use an automated bid strategy that is focused on conversions, but still gives you some control over your costs and that's called target CPA bidding. I'm going to look at that in the next video, where I'm going to compare target CPA bidding to the maximize conversions bid strategy that we just looked at. So go ahead and click on the link for that video, and we'll see you there.